Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Pierrified Blog, where I like to talk about the joys and the challenges of living with a disability. Now, on the last episode, I spoke about a couple of things that I miss due to the coronavirus pandemic and being in quarantine. And I want to continue on that trend for this episode as well. And one of the things that I miss currently is sports. And I realized this thing was very serious if the NBA and the NHL decided to hold off. Like, here are millionaires and billionaires willing to put on hold their revenue streams in order to help everyone stay home. And that was when I realized this thing is pretty serious. And then at that point, I started to think about where my love for sports comes from and how I can tie this in to living with a disability. So when living with a disability, you have to come up with creative ways of doing certain things that you're no longer able to do. And so when playing sports, you come up with different ideas on how to do things, and you then take that frame of mind into the future, into adult life. For example, when I was young, we used to do this hockey challenge in our neighborhood where we do all these different skills challenges, and the person with the most points at the end of all the competitions would win, I don't know, best player of the neighborhood or whatever it is. Anyways, so I used to participate in that as well. And one of the challenges was how many goals we can get in 10 shots against the goalie. So when I would do that, I would just shoot normally forehanded, and the ball, if I was lucky, would make it very slowly to the goalie. He could see it a mile away, put a stick down, no problem, easy save. So I sat there and I thought, and I wondered how could I beat the goalie in order to be competitive in this competition. So what I ended up trying is shooting backhanded. So I turn around, give the goalie my back, but I was able to lift the ball up by shooting backwards. So I fooled him and I scored. I don't think I won the challenge or was considered the best player in the neighborhood, but it showed me that I need to come up with different ways of doing things. Fast forward to a few years ago, I was starting to have trouble with my cell phone. So before, I could easily just tuck it on my leg, under my leg, and pull it out from there whenever needed to use it, no problem. But then as my hands started to get weaker, I noticed that every time I would slide it from under my leg, I would drop the phone. So I'd be constantly dropping my phone. It would always be on the ground. So I was wondering, how can I make this easier to use? So I went out and I bought, there's another voice crack. Anyway, so I went out and bought one of those running straps that most people put on their arms, but I strapped it onto my leg. And then I put the cell phone on that case or that running strap, and it was great. And then a while after that, my arm started getting weaker and it was harder. It was getting very hard to move my hand from my knee up to the controller to drive my chair. So I did some digging, and I found one of the best things to do is use a desk clamp for a cell phone and strap it onto my chair. So now I'm able to control my chair easily and have my phone right next to my controller so I can move it around quite easily. So that's why I love sports, because I was able to take that, creativity of adapting and apply it into my life as an adult. So that's one of the main reasons I'm a big sports guy. Anyways, thank you very much for listening. Have a great day and take care.